I myself have reliqui nihil, have not looked back, but left back. I have left nihil, nihil aliud, nothing other, nothing else, for miserai mihi, for miserable me. I don't have anything else to beg you with. Okay? Okay, so for example, all right, I have no grounds whatsoever to go over to Pike High School and ask for a raise. Right? I've got nothing. I have nothing that would justify my going to Pike High School and asking for a raise. Now here, I could bring out, a contract that I signed with the district. I could bring out things I actually do at the school. So, I've got all these things that are a basis for my plea. She's like, I don't have anything else. All I've got are my tears and the fact that you did once extend the hand of friendship with me, as people do, as leaders do. That's all I've got. Oh, well, then I guess I think about a couple of other things. There's also per connubia nostra. I guess I could bring that up. I guess that's the grounds for asking for something from you. By our marriage. Hello, you're my husband. I guess I could use that as grounds. Our per inceptos hymenaios. Our
hymns undertaken.
You don't know that song, do you, probably? '70s.
What?
We've only just begun. Through our just begun in keptos hymenaios. Marriage. Yeah, it's can mean the marriage song, but by extension just means marriage. So already, and just in the first part of this, you can see this is kind of jumping all over the place. By these tears, you, by your right hand, God knows I don't have anything else, by his marriage and the wedding that we started, and going, whoa, what?
Wait, so was she kind of being sarcastic when she was like, since I'm not?
Well, I don't know that it's sarcastic. Remember, she definitely considers this a marriage, right? In fact, he had said before, right? By this nomine, she kulpam takes it. By this name, she takes it her kulpam, Virgil said, right after the cave. Tego tegera texi tectus, the root of textile.
She holds?
Not teneo.
My bad.
It's the root of, she weaves or cloaks over. It's the root of, for textiles, like a cloak or clothing. She covers over her kulpam, her guilt, her blame. Right, so she calls this thing a marriage. And that is the whole big deal here. It's exercised scholars for 2,000 years. Were Deidoneas married? Right, you've got all the indications of marriage. Juno's there. You've got the nymphs who were there, like the witnesses. You've got the flashing lightning, like the torches, right? You got all the elements of it, but was it a marriage? And she says yes. You know he's going to say no. So by all that stuff, I beg you, si bene quidete merui. Now, here we got another C, and I draw your attention to merui. Want to parse merui from merio, merera, merui, meritus?
What line are we on?
I don't know. 390, no, 17.
Wow.
Oh, Merowee.
Mm-hmm. What's that? Perfect.
Singular?
Singular. First person singular, perfect. Let's get a mood and a voice.
Active?
Active and indicative. Usually the conditions we've been exposed to have all been pretty much subjunctive conditions. You can have an indicative in a condition when it is indicating fact. This goes all the way back to second year when we first talked about subjunctive mood. What's really the fundamental linguistic difference between subjunctive mood and indicative mood?
Subjective is unsure.
Unsure, uncertain, vague, that kind of stuff. That's why there's no future tense in subjunctive, because future is already vague and uncertain. You don't need that then in the subjunctive. So, if I have in fact merui, deserved. All right? She's not making any contrary to fact statement. She's not saying anything like that. She's saying, if I have in fact deserved aliquid. Somebody explain to me why I just read quid as aliquid. Caitlin, I can tell you know it. See it in your face.
I forget the rhyme.
Forget-
No.
It has to do with the rhyme. You're right. No wonder you remembered it. All right. After si, nisi, num, and ne, Ali takes a vacation. It doesn't rhyme, so we'll say holiday. After si, nisi, num, and ne, Ali takes a holiday. So all these prefixed pronouns, aliquis, aliquid, aliqui, and all the different declined forms like aliquem, aliquo, etc. The ali will drop off after one of these words. Now really, everybody look at that. The quis here should look to you like what kind of a pronoun? You got your relative, you got your intensive, you got your interrogative, you got your demonstrative, you got your personal. What kind of pronoun should quis look like?
Relative.
Many made a relative. That would be qui. Forms of qui, quite, quite. Quis and quid are forms of what kind of pronoun? What kind of pronoun? I'm
Interrogative.
asking you. Yes, exactly. Interrogative pronoun. Very good. It should look like an interrogative pronoun. You should have been expecting in your mind to say a who, something, or the other, and that doesn't make sense. Okay? It's dropped off. She says, if I have earned aliquid anything bene de te, anything good from you, if there fuit, if there fuit, what tense? You know, fuit from sum?
Is it perfect?
Yeah.
Was.
If there was or if there has been, quicquam. Again, another word for anything. If there's been anything, dulce meum tibi. Now we gotta fudge on this a little bit. We can't quite make the meum work to say my. Basically, if there's been anything sweet from me to Tibi, to you. So you know, for example, that beautiful purple cloak you're wearing that was referenced just a few lines ago. That handsome sword you're carrying that was referenced just a few lines ago. Stuff that you got on right now, son. If any of that was pleasing or sweet to you, then I oro, right? I beg you. And now in 2:18 and 2:19, there are two imperatives. She begs him for two things. She begs him blank and blank. Find two imperatives in 2:18 and or whatever 3:18, 3:19.
That
Miserere. Very nice. Miserere. Where's the other one? That's the first of the two. Exue. Very nice. Now, quite honestly, only one of those should have really looked even remotely like an imperative.
True. Yeah,
Which one?
Excellent.
Excellent. Miserere looks like a what?
Infinitive.
Looks like an infinitive. When do you ever have a listen to my slip at the time, I just gave it away.
Deponent.
Yeah. The imperative of a deponent verb, the imperative singular of a deponent verb, looks like a present active infinitive.
Could you repeat that?
Absolutely. The imperative singular of a deponent verb looks like a present active infinitive, just for practice here, okay? We've got arbitror, arbitrari, right, to think. We've got a first conjugation deponent, and I want to use this verb to command one person to think. Anyone talking to a student? Think about what you're doing before you go off all crazy. Think what you're doing. How would I command one person to think using that first conjugation deponent verb? Arbitrary. Right. It would look like a present active infinitive when in fact it is the imperative of the deponent verb. She says, I beg you, miserere the domus. Have pity on the house, as in the sense of the household, of one who is labentis. Labor, labi, lapsus. If you think about the last part, you might get it lapsus. Like lapse. Like lapse. One who is falling. One who is falling. I'm falling apart over here. Right? I'm in the middle of a total eclipse of the heart. Anybody?
I know.
It is a great song, yes. Bonnie Tyler. Once upon a time there was light in my life. Now there's only love in the dark. There's nothing I can say. Chokes me up. Total eclipse of the heart. That's what she's going through, right? Good lady.
Emotions are
After
lame.
Okay.
You have emotions. You
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you hard heart. Oh, you hard heart, you worse than senseless things. Yes?
It's a thing. It's a poem. Yeah.
Yeah?
The Raven by Edgar.
No.
Oh, you hard hearts, you worse
Only
than
poet
senseless
ever
things.
used.
You
Yeah, that book was
stones.
Virgil line
Nope.
15 of book 5.
Knew you not, Pompey?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah, that's all it.
Is it from Caesar?
Shakespeare's Julius Caesar. Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
I did not like that book, I to be honest. Or maybe because it was 9X, I didn't like 9X for a lot of reasons.
You need to have, well, you should have taught in the Latin class because we would have enjoyed it more.
Definitely, yeah.
Because of the Latin content.
why did you do it?
Set up in English was good.
Yeah, why we?
She says, have pity on the household of one who is falling apart. In fact, have pity on Istam. Notice the gender. It's implied,
Her.
yeah, of her, herself. But of course she's referring to herself. So she doesn't say have pity on Meg. She doesn't use the first person pronoun.
Go back and say the person.
She's referring to the household of Dido. And then, well, screw the household. Have pity on the person herself. That would be me. Me. You know, your wife. Me. Right?
Wait. So how would you translate that?
I don't know. I
She's
wasn't-
average.
Or, si quis, ad hoc precibus locus, here's another si, like si quid, now we get si quis. If there is any locus, if there's any room, if there's any place, ad hoc precibus, oh, I like this. If there's any hope for prayers, ad hoc. What's ad hoc?
Till now.
Yet. Or still. She's like, I don't even know. She's like, the world is so bad, I don't even know if people pray to the gods anymore. But if they do, if there's any place for prayer, exue mentem, change your mind. Let's pull it back together. Okay? Let's try to go in word order. 3:14. I, by these tears in your right hand, since there's nothing at all left, or I've left nothing else for miserable me, by our marriage and by our barely begun wedding, if there's anything good that I have earned from you, or if there was ever anything good from me to you, have pity on the household of one who is falling apart, or just have pity on the one herself. I beg you. if there's any place yet for prayers, change your mind. It's impassioned, right? She's calling out all the stuff. She's like, look, on the one hand, I'm going to play the emotional card. I'm a crying female over here, all right? The law says you've got to do what I say, right? Okay, well, maybe you don't understand that. All right, well, I'll try this. How about the League of Nations that we have formed by joining right hand? Okay, you know, we've kind of done this political thing, right? Your people, my people. All right, you don't like that? Screw it. How about the wedding? Remember that? Right? Cake, right? You know, there was a band. Remember? Wedding.
Pay for
Okay.
that cake.
You know what? Forget that. You obviously don't care about stuff like that. You're not a Hallmark kind of guy. How about this? If you think that maybe I deserve anything good whatsoever, you know, I don't understand what your plan, but you can't be good to me. You don't know Tina Turner. That's Tina Turner. And I'll tell you something. Anybody who says something against Tina Turner, I will throw you out.
Oh.
And I hate Tina Turner.
Out
All right,
of my
all right,
room.
I'm
Get out of
going,
my
I'm
room.
going.
Get out of my room.
Ah.
You don't knock Tina Turner. You don't knock Tina Turner. I'm not going to come in
I'm
and
going to the bathroom.
Go on, you're out of here, man.
I hope he gets caught by the Hallmark.
Yeah, the Hallmark.
Like anybody ever said.
Okay, you know, if I deserve anything good, or how about this? If you think that you have ever received anything good from me, maybe you owe me just a, that one time that spaghetti dinner was kind of nice. Got a couple videos, and if there's anything whatsoever good from me to you, then by God, I'm begging you, please think about my whole household. Right, and her household is a royal household. So this is okay. Forget that. I don't care if you don't care about my people. Just me. Please. So she's all over the map. I think it's a beautiful passage. But here's the kicker. She wants him to change his mind after she's already called him perfide and credulous.
Huh.
Right? So again, typical emotional response. Again, I think Virgil's handling it very, very well. And then she goes on the attack. You thought she had the attack before. Now it's
That
both
was kinda
guns.
sad.
Right? She's coming at it, both guns. She says, propter te, because of you.
Oh, man.
Because of you, the Libycae gentes and the Nobodum tyranny odera, implied may, the Libyan peoples and the Numidian rulers, they all odera may. They all detest me. Thanks to you. Now, that's not so far off the mark, right? Remember what Yarbus, part of his gripe to Jupiter, was not just, hey, Daddy, the girl I asked for the prom turned me down, but if she turned me down for whom?
Quarterback from the
To
team.
quarterback from another school, right. So it's the fact that this guy's a foreigner. He's an interloper. And so the other tribes around are going, hey, we've offered alliances and, marriage proposals, all this kind of stuff, and now you're taking up with these foreigners, these Trojans. She says, because of you, everybody hates me. Not only that, but hey, my own people, Tyrii and Fensi. The Tyrii and Fensi, propter te.
Bitter.
Yeah, my own Tyrians, my own people are bitter because of you. Oh, and did I not say it? She repeats it. Te propter.
Because of you.
Because of you. Because of the eundem you. This is nonsense. You don't need the word eundem. What's edom? Because of the same you. Okay? you're the same guy who's responsible for all this stuff, right? Because of the same you. Oh, Dad, kill me. Extinctus pudor. My pudor
Honor
extinctus.
is
My
destroyed.
honor has been destroyed. Thanks to you. And Qua sola sidra adibam fama prior. Not just everybody hate me, not just my own people not going to re-elect me next election season, but my sense of honor and, get this, my prior fama.
My first rumor?
My first, now it's in the basic sense, my fame, the report, what was said about me, my reputation. My reputation. With qua sola, with which alone I was adibam facedera. I was approaching the stars. Listen, buddy, I had quite the political ride, okay? I rescued my people from my horrible brother Pygmalion. I brought them to a new land. We were doing good things. Walmart was coming to this town because of me. And my star was on the rise. You know, it's all because of what people thought about me. Now, what do they say about me? They say, yeah, there goes Dido. You remember her from the cave scene, you know? I mean, that's what everybody's going to remember about me. Dido in the cave, Dido in the cave. You know? Thank you very much.
Dido's exactly like Bill Clinton, except Bill Clinton did it better.
Dido's from Arkansas.
Yeah.
Down.
Yeah, that was a horrible comparison.
No,
I'm not tracking.
Explain this one, yeah.
Well, Monica Lewinsky, and then
Who's Monica Lewinsky in this story? Is that Aeneas?
yeah.
I will punch you in the face.
Horrible
You compared
comparison, kid.
Aeneas with Monica Lewinsky?
Well, it's not so much that Dido was
Situation.
Bill Clinton, except she doesn't like recover from it, and still like is one of the greatest speakers. And
Oh my
Cooper's like,
God.
gosh, you always be so
So
mean
Monica
to someone.
Lewinsky
The Perkins is
came.
supposed to be the one who makes
Well,
fun of
okay,
people.
no, wait. She's an interloper because Bill was married, right? So she's an interloper. But did she ever just leave him to be
Well, she-
brokenhearted?
well, she kind of agreed. Like she was, you know, doing the thing, doing the nasty with Bill Clinton, and she said, oh, it was his fault, and she wrote like a memoir about how it was his fault. So yeah, she did kind of just like leave him.
Cooper Pell, reference of the day. I gotta give it to him.
No, it's David.
I like this. No, I like this.
Leave
reference.
this room.
I gotta tell you, there was only the slightest connection. I do see. It's like from the bottom of a 50-foot well, covered over with grass and leaves, and I see this tiny spark
When's
of
this
light there.
class
I
out?
see.
At one point, Rich Perkins started making references to Jet and you making stuff we don't.
We switched places. Freaky Friday. All right.
I love Lindsay Lohan.
Wow. She says,
No,
"Hey,
not even joking.
Qui
I
me
love
moribunda
Lindsay
de
Lohan.
ceres." Oh, and then she gives in one of the talk about the unkindest cut of all. She calls him a hospice. She says, "Qui me de ceres." Qui is what case from quick white quote?
Accusative.
Wait a minute. Dative.
Yeah.
Helping word for dative. To cui.
Or four.
To whom or to what do you de ceres me? To whom or to what do you forsake me? I got nothing. The locals around here, they hate me. My own people hate me. What are you leaving me to? Me, I, who am moribundum, about to die. And then I think as bad as Perfidos, as really worse than Cordelis for my money, you hospice.
Oh, wait.
Stranger.
You, not hospice, hospice.
Stranger.
You guest. You are nothing more than a guest. She's gone through all this business about wedding and so forth and marriage and that, and she says, you guest, because she says, believe me, hoc solum nomen, quoniam de conjugere resta. Or she says, this nomen solum, this name alone, restat, remains from one who was quoniam, one who was quoniam conjuge,
Who's married?
who was quoniam, it's almost, who was once coniux.
What's
Conjoined.
connected?
You're right, but in the sense of
Married.
Married?
what's the man role called?
Husband.
I used to call you husband. The only name left for you now is guest. You're a guest in my house.
Man, that's hard.
One of the